All right, everybody, we are back in the building. Once again, my name is Cal. I'm with Handlebars and Cigars, and I normally say to my right, but I'm going to switch it up today and say to my left, we have
Will Hart from the world famous Cigars.
And that's the world's famous Cigars. I'm so happy and excited for this episode. We got a lot to unpack here today. Now, I know normally we talk about cigars and spirits, and we're going to do a little bit of that. But I think the main focus on this episode is we're going to talk about how great of a weekend both you and me had.
Excellent weekend that we both had. And we're going to be doing it in sections.
Yes. Now, I had a good weekend. But you have to stay tuned and watch this all the way through because he had a great weekend. So I'm going to start first. I'm going to set the table. I'm the entree, and this is the main course right here.
Okay. So before we get into your thing,
yes, sir.
Just to let you know, he's not double fisting. We did a little bit of bourbon cream. I finished mine because it was short and it's sweet as hell.
Yeah.
And you got Eagle Rare, from what I remember, right?
Yep,
and I got the fistful of bourbon. We're getting all the little things out the way. You've got
Norteño, Drew Estates.
And I got my Undercrown 10. I already took that yellow thong off. So I'm ready to light up. I'm ready to light up. So you do your thing.
All right. So while he's sparking it up, let me tell you how good my weekend was. If you've been following the show, I was recovering from surgery, this, that, and the other. I had a follow-up appointment with my doctor last week, and he kind of green-lighted me. He said, all right, you go ahead and start doing some of the things that you like to do. And I said, great. So what happened Sunday, I met up with the fellas, and we went for a ride. Oh, my God. I was grinning from ear to ear.
I bet you were happy. I bet you were happy.
I was extremely happy. I mean, I haven't been on my bike in about 2 months.
Yeah,
about 2 months. Now, just it was a little shaky at first. Just trying to get comfortable back in the seat, but and also, my doctor told me to kind of ease into this. Needless to say, that didn't happen because Sunday we put down about over 200 miles on the bike. So we left from here, met up with the rest of the crew down in York, South Carolina, then hopped back on the bikes and rolled all the way up to it's supposed to have been Lake Lure, but the road captain got lost in the.
Oh, you gotta love that. GPS failure.
Yeah. And needless to say, we wound up in Hickory. And we had a decent sized group this time. It was about 10 of us. So I want to give shout outs to all the fellows we rode. Wes, Jason, Mike, J-Dub, myself. We had Danny Dimes. We had Melvin. We had Miguel. We had Ralph, and we had Octavio. Now Melvin, we need to put our money together and buy him a watch. He knows why I said that. Kickstands up was a different time for him than everybody else. But no, we had fun anyway, though. I tell you, if you ever experience this, you guys know and gals know what I'm talking about. When you're rolling on that highway, 10 deep, it's a awesome feeling, man. Wind in your face, people get out of your way.
I was gonna say, people get out your way.
Yeah, now there was a couple times I'm riding past some people, and my buddy behind me said he saw me shaking my head. I said, yeah. I just passed this lady. She's on her phone while driving. So, guys and gals, let me tell you something. While you're on the road, please do not be on your phone, especially if you ride alongside of people riding on motorcycles. It's bad enough for us to be very defensive when we're out there. You don't need those extra distractions while you're on your phone. 100%. If it's that important, I'm sorry, this is a safety public service announcement, but if it is that important that you need to be on the phone, then pull over.
Exactly. Pull over.
You got guys, you got fathers, husbands, uncles, cousins out here on these motorcycles. They will love to have the opportunity to come home the same way they left. Exactly. And you're not helping, the cause here by you texting on your phone while driving. So please, that's enough of my soapbox on the public safety announcement. But getting back to the ride, we, like I said, rode all the way up to Hickory, and we ate lunch, and from there we went over to Blue Ridge, Harley Davidson.
Nice.
Yes. Now, shout out to the guys over at Blue Ridge.
So were you close to like the Asheville area at that point, right? Okay.
Correct. Huge shout out goes to the guys over at Blue Ridge, especially my man William Hill. So guys, check him out. He's one of the sales associates up there. If you're in the market for that green and black 2022 CVO, they got one. They go hook you up. Check my man William Hill out for that. But it's so funny. I was up there talking to him, and one thing led to another. I think he was talking to Ralph, who's one of the newer guys I met. And Ralph said, this guy, referring to me, he said he has his own YouTube channel. I said, yeah, I started following him. I said, wow. First, I'm riding with another follower, which is good. And then William said, well, what's this YouTube channel name? He said, Handlebars and Cigars. He was like, what? I know him. I know this dude. I follow this guy. So we stood around and chat for a while. He was just as excited as I was in meeting a follower.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
It just goes to show you how small of the world is. Because I think right now, I only have like 125 subscribers. So imagine getting on the road, riding somewhere, and somebody actually watched your stuff. Your show. So he's a big cigar guy, spirits, bourbon, and also motorcycles. So he checked all the boxes with me. As a matter of fact, we're probably going to have some collabo with them, or him and another employee might want to come down to the Cigar Garage and chop it up with us. So
we're always open for guests.
That's a good thing. And like I said, man, it was an awesome ride. We took some pictures, and I think we're going to try and plug some of yours and my pictures from our weekend into this video too as well, which really kind of capped off everything for us. So that was my weekend. like I said, I set the table. I got the appetizers out of the way. We did the chicken fingers.
We did the little hors d'oeuvres in the beginning.
A little calamari or whatever.
Oh my God.
That, and now we're going to move over to the main meal. Now, I might be interrupting him during his main meal because there's so much stuff that Will's going to talk to you guys about, and I'm really excited for him too as well. So we're going to take just a little pause here, then we're going to turn it over to you, sir.
I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
So, my weekend, like I said, wasn't just good. It was great. It's my very first barn smoker, and it's run by Drew Estate.
So, not too many people might not know what a barn smoker is. So,
yeah,
give them a quick little rundown.
What they do is they've been doing this for a few years now. Mm-hmm. I think the first one was 2016.
Okay.
And I don't think I knew about it until about 2019, so just 3 years later. And that's only because I got into Drew Estate around 2018.
Okay.
And I said, I always want to go to this. So basically what they do is they originally began in like 5 states. And I believe it was Florida, Connecticut, PA, Kentucky, and Louisiana. So what they do is they go to their tobacco production plants areas, where they buy their tobacco from. So a lot of that, the Connecticut wrapper, when you hear that, guess where they're getting it from?
Jersey.
The KFC, which is in Kentucky, that's where I went. They have the Florida Sun-Grown, Florida. But I'm not going to get into all of that. But that's kind of what the barn smoker is. They give you knowledge about it, and they pretty much throw a big, big party. And by that, I mean you get to see everything that they kind of got.
So you say the party was huge, huh? It was huge?
It was huge. It was huge. Really? You're gonna bring me into that? Nah. So, to refrain from all of that, so we took off on Thursday, simply because Will McFall, bless you, bro, for telling me that, to get there a day early. It took us all day to get there. It's only about an 8.5 hour ride, but we stopped in Asheville, had a nice brunch. We took off again, stopped in Hopkinsville. That's in Tennessee already. Just for gas, just take stretch the legs, kind of, cut the monotony of being on that road, which we should have done between Hopkinsville and Nashville, because, man, that stretch of road is just straight. Yeah. But we did get into Nashville, and we had dinner there. And we didn't just go to one place. We checked out one place. Now, my wife, props to my wife, Vanessa, for this one. Or as I should tell you guys, we also got T-shirts made. So they have Subculture Studios. And there, I'm kind of jumping ahead of it, but it kind of makes sense. Mm-hmm. So Vanessa is now referred to me as, and to like anybody that'll see the shirt, because she got an airbrush. Of course, I get, the Cigarage. She gets housewife of the Cigarage. I mean, it's just gold right there.
Nice.
So she decided what we're going to have is like a preemptive dinner at one location. Mm-hmm. Then we stopped at another location. And when I was there, I was talking to Corey Alvord. Bro, love you, met you, need to chill again. Seriously. Douglas, you as well. Giving those guys a shout out right from the beginning, because we had met that Friday. Mm-hmm. So right after dinner, Corey and I were texting back and forth, and he was like, you should check out this one shop. I think it was called Smoke Alley. And dropped in there, couldn't resist. They had so many sticks, so many hard to find. Yeah, I bought some. Not that I needed to, because then again, I didn't know what I was going to come home with. So checked into our Airbnb. We then are now on Friday, had our lunch, met up with Corey and his main man, Mari, who was kind of quiet at first. We met up at the Screaming Eagle Cigars. Love you guys. Salute you guys. Thank you for your service. All Army fellas that own it. Love it. Love that shop. Love those guys. Made us feel real at home.
That's what we do.
Yeah, you do. So we were hanging out there for a good 2 hours. Just, shooting the shit. Vanessa was having a time of her life, just chilling back, relaxing. Kind of saw what it's like in another state, another cigar lounge, and just having a good old time, just talking to somebody who follows us, who, has been with us since Sticks and Sips when I first, knew all the names, people that used to watch with me on a constant basis. And it was just good to meet these people in person. So shortly after, we were only, I think it was maybe 15 minutes away from the Drew Estate 25. It was the pre-party to what was happening at the Barn Smoker. And the amount of swag you got that night, I don't know if I have enough time to put all these slides in. They gave you a DE25 cigar box with 10 exclusive cigars. You got it was just ridiculous, the amount of cigars you got. You got the new Blackened M81. Love the M81, by the way. And I said that when we first had that on the mystery stick. Yes, remember that? We were both, I don't know what it is, but I like it. I'm so glad I got plenty of those. But that night, I was wearing my denim jacket. Some of you may have seen it already on my Instagram or Facebook. And I had JD sign it that night. And what stuck with me the most, and maybe JD will see this at some point, bro, I love you, man, because what you said was really heartfelt. He had told me when he first saw it, he was kind of in awe. Mm-hmm. And he goes, bro, you put my shit on the back of your jacket. I was like, well, this is how much I appreciate the company. Mm-hmm. I spent some time painting it up. And I had told him, I was like, you can sign it anywhere. He goes, well, I really don't want to mess with the artwork. I'm like, no, it needs your stamp of approval almost to just give it a little signature. It was just great meeting him. And he said, it brought me back to this memory I had of getting jackets painted. And I had somebody paint me the Kiss Destroyer. And he still has it to this day, people. He has that painted denim jacket. And I told him, I was like, I want to see it. I want to see it because that was some cool ass artwork on that album cover. Mm-hmm. And I could just imagine how dope that jacket looks now. And I mean, they had a group called Pop Rocks. These guys were phenomenal. Follow Pop Rocks. If you get a chance to see these guys, they are amazing. Every song, the people would dress up, or the singer would dress up according to the artist. And my favorite, I might be biased to this because, going back to old school rock and roll, a dude dressed up as Ozzy Osbourne, had the mannerisms, had the sound. I mean, it was just off the chain.
Now, he didn't bite a bat.
He didn't bite no bats.
All right.
He didn't bite no bats because there was plenty of, what was it, the roast pig or lamb?
Yeah.
And props, I forgot, Tank, who I think is located in South Carolina. He had this big old pig, probably two actually. I took pictures of the pig heads. I might throw those up. The food was just delicious. So, I mean, you got drink tickets. You had food for as long as you could eat. It was like a all-you-can-eat buffet, I swear. So good, so good. Thank you, Tank. And they had a casino that was set up. So you could give your tickets for the casino to get raffle tickets, mm-hmm. or you could actually gamble with those tickets to get more raffle tickets.
Oh, wow.
I wish I knew that in advance. Just saying. But all in all, it was just phenomenal. And that video I had put up was the first, 360 video. There are going to be plenty more that I'm going to be posting on Facebook, Instagram. I got to. I mean, you guys have to see how amazing just that pre-party was.
Wow.
And that was just Friday. That was just from like 6 to 10. I'm like, this was nothing in comparison to what we experienced the following day. So the next day we go into, because I think that was in Clarksville or Hopkinsville. It was in Hopkinsville, was the next one. And we pull up and you could see like they had this big inflated just gateway barn smoker. So you can't miss this thing. And so we're in line and I didn't realize they had VIP parking and they had what Corey calls the peasant parking. So fortunately enough, I had a VIP. I was able to park really close to everything. Not that it was much further of a walk for anybody that's just thinking about doing general admissions to one of these. There's not much difference. It's just the amount of cigars and swag you get. Maybe some of the activation stations, which I'll talk about in a second. You may not be able to get something if you don't have VIP. Okay. That's pretty much the only difference.
Okay.
But yeah, once again, you get like this coupon book that, you surrender a ticket, you get your breakfast, you get your coffee. The coffee was phenomenal because I didn't expect it. When you get coffee, you expect it hot. Mm-hmm. No, this was a nitro brew, and they had like tons of canisters over there. And the first station you step up at, you get a choice of which tobacco you want. There was a light and a dark. And if you're VIP, you get the Lonsdale. So got the Lonsdale, and then you're able to choose, do you want the light and the dark? Along with coffee, which as long as you want coffee, as long as they got it, go back and refill.
Nice.
It's just amazing. So we met up with Corey again, and lo and behold, Douglas shows up. And it was a pleasure to meet you as well in person and hanging out with you and your fellas, AJ, Matt, those guys, incredible. I wish the day would have been longer to hang out even longer, but I know that they started at like 9 o'clock in the morning. It was supposed to go till 5. I think they ended it around 4. I'm pretty sure there was like a lot of after parties. And yes, there was. I was there. It was just incredible. So they had activation stations where, once again, you surrender a ticket. The ticket that you get in the coupon book, it's got a number which enters you in a raffle. But they also give you a cigar. And I neglected to mention, I'm so sorry. When you first walk in, they hand you a bag of 10 cigars. And I mean, it's an assortment. And they included the A right up on top. And I mean, this stick is about that long. Wow. I mean, that's like a huge Lancero. And on one of the shows, I'm going to actually have one. But yeah, then you keep getting more cigars. Each activation station, another cigar, another cigar. Let me put it to you this way. I didn't have to worry about what I was smoking. I just reached in the bag, grabbed something, and it was good. I did have a lot of KFCs because we are in Kentucky. So with the whole experience, it just made it that much better. They take you on a little tour, 3 different locations, 3 different barns. Mm-hmm. They have one set up where you can sit down, eat, drink, and they had plenty of bars there as well. Like little bar stations. Mm-hmm. Of course, they had black in there, and they had you can have it straight. They had a mule. They had an old fashioned. They had one mixed with iced tea or something. That was pretty good. But yeah, each station had different stuff. So
now, was all this inclusive?
Yeah. Wow. As long as you had tickets. Okay. And mind you, we had so many tickets. I was giving away drink tickets because there was no way I was going to be able to drink as much as they gave me, which it kind of makes you feel good because they're not holding back.
Yeah.
You can eat as long as they have food.
Yeah.
And the camaraderie, I met so many people, from Friday night into Saturday. It was just amazing. Some of the fellows that I was talking to at the Screaming Eagle, I mean, we're talking most Army fellas. awesome dudes. And there was like a couple of young dudes, you know, they walk in, they're just chugging beers. And I don't know if I'll post that video where Corey was teaching these young cats how to actually do a gulp. That chug that he did lasted all of 0.5 seconds. The other cats were just like, okay. So it was a fun time. And my wife, like I said, she enjoyed this tremendously.
So just like with me and my experience, what happened with me over the weekend, I think you said something that was very similar before we came on air. Tell everybody about the Cigarage and Handlebars and Cigars.
Yeah,
what happened with
actually, yes.
What happened with that?
So people saw that I had the jacket. So that was the first thing they noticed. But on Friday night, I was wearing the 75 motherfucking Duck shirt with Will McFall's face. And there were so many people that had pointed it out. It was like, wait a minute, I know 75 motherfucking Ducks, and I know Will. Like, why would you have Will on it? I was like, why not? It's like, this is the man who wore the 75 motherfucking Duck onesie. So I was questioned a whole bunch of times. Some people saw it, but it wasn't until Saturday, and it was hot. I mean, you know, for me, it's hot. It was like 77, almost 80 degrees. And I had a hoodie on with the leather rose that I had printed up for myself. But it got so hot, I had taken the hoodie off, and I'm now wearing the Cigarage featuring Handlebars and Cigars, our brand new shirt, which, by the way, they're selling out. They're selling out quick.
They almost sold out.
They almost sold out. That's true.
So if you want it, you got to jump on it.
So Pedro, Jack, Will, Jose down at Come Smoke With Us. Love you guys. You got yours. Jack, you got yours. And Willie Herrera, I still haven't heard from you. I want to know if you got yours. But George was wearing it. I'm wearing it. And people are like, wait a minute. Is that the Cigarage? That Handlebars and Cigar? I'm like, yes.
Is that the world's famous
Cigarage? Exactly. But it was amazing how many people recognized me, not, you know, through recognition of the face, but just seeing Cigarage. And I mean, it meant a lot to me, just like probably it meant a lot to you. Just have some followers like see you. A bunch of people had stopped me and they're like, oh, you know, we want to talk to you for a minute.
They know you're real.
Right, exactly. Like, this isn't just some CGI we're making up.
That's what the guy said to me. He said, man, all right, you are real. I said, yes, I am.
So, I mean, it was just such an amazing experience. And, you know, with what JD said to me the night before, and then, you know, seeing everybody just, it's like huge family. Like, everybody's just so cool. Everybody's talking to you. You know, mingle, meet people. You know, if you don't know them, say hi. I mean, you know, you're standing online. I was standing online at Screaming Eagle on Saturday night. That was where the after party was. Dude behind me, he had dropped something. I picked it up for him. I was like, man, you're carrying a lot. And we started talking about YouTube. And he goes, oh, I'm on YouTube. And I was like, oh, okay, what do you do? And he showed me he does like cigar reviews or whatever. I was like, man, that's funny. I do that too. Part of, you know, the Handlebar Chat or Cigar Chat, Cigarage. He goes, Cigarage. He goes, I think I seen you guys. I'm like, no. And this is a dude just standing behind me, you know, and then we started, you know, cutting it up and talking. And, you know, I followed him back because I think he already followed me and I didn't even know. Like, there's so many times where I'll get followed and sometimes I don't see it. And it's like life is busy, you know, being a dad and having to take care of kids that are still going to school. So life gets in the way sometimes, but it's nice to cut loose and actually meet people face to face. And this was one hell of an experience. You know, it meant a lot to me. Like, people knew who we were, both you and I, you know, and just to let you people know, my wife did not want Kelvin to miss out. So all of what she got, she goes, give it to Kelvin.
That was awesome. That was awesome. And on top of that, Your wife picked me up a bottle of bourbon too.
Picked him up a bottle of bourbon when we were
1792.
Some 1792 when we were like little bourbon hunting. The only time we had was on a Sunday, and here Sunday most of them are closed. But I think we picked it up in this little town called Lebanon in Tennessee, and she's like, "Well, what does Kelvin really like?" I was like, "You know what? I know exactly what he likes." And she goes, "I want to buy that bottle for him."
That was awesome. And I tell you, we talked a little bit about this off camera, but I want to talk about it on camera, if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind.
And, I was taken back and, you was kind of looking at me like, wow, you almost getting a little choked up and what have you.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what, you and me are very similar. We're husbands, we're dads, and, our main responsibility is provide and protect. Not often that, the dads or the husbands get recognition or flowers, so to speak. So I really appreciate what you and your wife Vanessa did for me from the bottom of my heart. Because, and like I said, you and me probably saying we don't get that often.
Yeah.
So when we do get it, we want to make sure, we definitely show our love and appreciation back. And I really, really appreciate that. That took me back. That sat me back in my
I'm glad he was sitting down.
Yes. Yeah.
I am glad he was sitting down because I opened these bags and I tell him, go for it. And then, of course, I hand him the bag that she got, I think you got it next to you. You might as well show the people what you got. Just for the heck of it.
I had all the stuff in it, but yes.
Yeah, he already took the stuff out, filled up the little humidor that comes with it. He already put his cigars in it. Comes with a lighter.
Yes. A bandana, a flag.
Yeah.
Oh, this is awesome.
And I think he might even take it on a bike ride.
Yes, this will definitely go on the bike.
There you go.
But, again, man, that's just awesome. I mean, I think the whole cigar community we talked about, the whole motorcycle community we talked about, it's a big fellowship.
Yeah, it is. And like I said, that's how you realize when you get out there to one of these events, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a barn smoker. Mm-hmm. Go to a Drew Estate event at your local shop. Go to any events at your local shop. Something that you care about, a cigar that you love, and there's the guy who makes it or the representative that's there to, sell the cigar. Mm-hmm. It's just meeting fellow people that enjoy the same kind of things you do. And
it's not a big chest beating type of thing.
It's really not.
And that's what I love.
It's really not. And that's kind of like what brings you down to earth. It's like, here I am, we're chilling with, Pedro, who's the international rep. You've got reps from Tennessee, from Kentucky, from...
You chilling out with the owner.
Yeah. I wish I could have chilled with him a little longer, and I'm sure he would have wanted to hang a little bit.
But but who does that?
Yeah, and then, of course, my old passion was DJing, so I met DJ Eli. Love you, bro. It was so good seeing you in person, and he said the same, finally being able to see that each other are real.
You're real. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And having true conversations, not necessarily about cigars or, about drinks, but, with Eli and I, it was a little different. We're talking about music, we're talking about families. And it was just so different being able to have those conversations at like one of these big events. And like I said, Dina, who I met, you got plenty of pictures up on Facebook already. Damn, girl. Just fun people to hang with. It was so enjoyable, and I met some other reps. I don't even know if I can say their names anymore because they don't work there anymore, but pleasure to hang with you and see you again.
You know who you are.
You know who you are. Yeah, exactly. It was just a pleasure all around. As much as I love Drew Estate, the cigar company, I love Drew Estate, the people that work there. And it was just so good hanging with everybody. So that was my weekend.
And I tell you what, it was awesome. And you really only touched, the tip of the iceberg on the weekend. I mean, you were telling me some more stuff that you guys was doing, and it was great. Great experience. And I tell you, this goes out to the viewers too. If y'all ever have an opportunity to do that type of level of fellowship, please go out there and check it out, because I know you was pleasantly surprised.
I'm no longer a virgin to barn smokers, so I know what's up for next time.
Exactly.
I will not even second guess, do I get a general admission or VIP? It's VIP all the way. And it's not how you're treated. You're treated equally. Like I said, it's all about, it's what you're getting.
Yeah. That's
about it. And of course, I don't know if they're going to be doing a pre-party again, but if they are, do that too. It's like, why not? I know I'm going to be looking for an event that they have that's not just one day. It's got to be 2 or 3.
Exactly.
And if that just so happens to be in a state that I'm not used to, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
If it turns out it's Florida, I am so there. All my cousins will see me. We're all going to be hanging. I'll buy them some general admission tickets, and they don't even smoke just because they'll have fun.
Oh, yeah. I tell you what, if it's in Florida next year, you can count me in.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Heck yeah. I'm not going to miss out.
It's on record. You heard that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely want to go down there and check it out. I want to take on that experience, too. And hey, the swag alone is well worth the price of admission.
Oh, I'm telling you right now, whatever you pay, you get double.
Yeah.
Honestly, you get double, if not more than that, just for the price of admission.
Yeah,
I'm not even joking. It just blew my mind. I've heard about it. You can hear me talk about it. But until you're there and experience it, you just don't know.
Yeah, you just don't know.
Mind blown. It was just something incredible. It really was, man.
So, I don't know if you want to go ahead and kind of wrap things up. I know the cigar, I'm having a little difficulty with that, but that's probably on me. But I know the Nathaniel is a good stick, so I'll continue to work through that. How about you? How's your...
I only had to relight it once, and that's only because I was talking my ass off. Yeah, but the Underground 10, it's like, man, I love it. I really do. It's... Once again, it is in my rotation. Yes. I always have some on hand. So we were trying to figure out, what are we smoking? It's got to be something from the Barn Smoker. I was like, you know what? It don't matter because they had everything at the Barn Smoker.
Yeah.
So all we did was just reach in the bag and grab something. Grab something you like, grab something I like, and we're ready to rock.
Yeah, because I think this episode was more about our weekend.
Not only is it about our weekend, but here's the better part of what happened this weekend. I brought so many cigars that this man don't have to worry about having to go to this shop and pick up something. For a while.
Yeah. He gave me enough cigars to last me at least 2 days.
2 days?
I would be knocking on his garage in the middle of the night.
Oh.
Hey, Will,
I'm going to have to put a drop box in here. With a humidity gauge. Oh, my Lord.
Lord. But look, guys, I think we're going to kind of wrap this up for today.
Yeah.
Like I said, we wanted to share our wonderful weekends that we had with you guys. Hopefully you guys had a nice weekend too as well. Leave us some comments about your weekend as well. And also, just take time out to enjoy your day. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You got to take time out for me. As Terrell Owens used to say, love me some me.
There you go.
You got to take time out to do that.
A little me time.
And little me time is always great. So, again, just to kind of recap, though, if you want to get onto those Cigar shirts featuring handlebars and cigars, get in contact with my man over here.
I'm going to have a little thing rolling or scrolling on top like I did the last show. Yes. I'll throw up a couple of more little edits and, do what we got to do.
We're probably going to reorder another lot of those coming here shortly, but we pretty much went through that first run.
Oh, gone.
Yeah. Also, stay tuned. I'm going to come out with some Handlebars and Cigars merch too as well. So I'm in the lab trying to get that taken care of too as well. As soon as that drops, I'll let you guys know too as well. On that, please, on both platforms, please go ahead and like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Again, 125 subscribers. I ran to 2 people, my followers, on a trip, which was crazy. You ran into a bunch in yours.
I ran into a bunch.
So it is. It's amazing that one, they know we're real, and two, that we actually ran into a couple of them.
And that's one of the best parts is having a conversation. Off air. Mm-hmm. I know a bunch were asking me like, are you going to do a live from here? There was so much going on. I was not going to take time out.
That would have been hard to do.
Oh, okay. So luckily I had my wife there, and she was the photographer. She kept every record of what we were doing. I had like maybe 10 photos. She had probably 100.
Shout out goes to
the housewife of the Cigars.
Yes.
Vanessa.
Yes.
Love you, girl.
Yes.
And thank you so much.
Yeah. All right, so look, as always, we're going to be ready to sign off. So as always, we want everybody out there to be happy, to be healthy, to be safe. But more importantly, we want you to be easy. Until next time, have a great day and have a fantastic week. We see you then.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
We out.
We out.